So this might be the #1 cause of poor golf shots hit around the world all time. And it's such a small, minuscule detail, but it makes a huge difference in your ability to hit the ball consistently straight. So I'm in a lot of different golf groups, right? This one's very interesting. It's a Facebook group. There's a lot of great instructors in there. And somebody posed the question the other day of why do we see so many of our students that take the club in front of their body, put their lead hand on the grip incorrectly, or what would be called a weak position, and then put their trail hand on and go ahead and swing. And it was hilarious. I mean, take a look here. It sparked so many comments and so many stories. These are teachers that teach all the time, every day, great instructors. You'll probably recognize some of the names in there. And they're just going through their hypothesis of why it is so common, okay? Because this weak hold on the club, okay, ends up really causing not just an open club face, but a lack of leverage. So you see all these instructors commenting because pretty much to us, if we can get you to change that quickly, it's one of the most powerful changes you can make in an instant in terms of not only squaring the face, but giving you a much stronger position to be able to develop consistent power. That's where they get the term weak and strong. It doesn't mean that you're holding the club with a light grip pressure or a stronger grip pressure. It just means that it's a position that doesn't produce a lot of power. I'm going to give you from those posts what I thought were some of the best answers and responses from all the different golf instructors. Okay? So a lot of them were analogies of, okay, if I'm going to hammer something, say I'm hammering something like this stool here, I wouldn't just grab the hammer like this and then start to hit it. I would take the hammer over this way and I would really start to develop a lot more force from the position of my hand, okay? If I had a tug of war, right? So say this is a giant rope and I'm playing tug of war, pretty much everybody when the rope's in front of them, they're gonna grab it incorrectly. You notice how I'm holding this in my palms here? It's not in the correct place in my hands. And that's a very important thing that we want to be able to see today. If I grabbed a remote control to change the channel, once again, you notice how my lead arm is bent and I'm holding it in the palm of my hand. It's something that we do every day that seems so common, but it's not going to give us a lot of power in the golf swing. Okay? So some ways to develop that better, if I had like a garden tool, and you'll see a lot of times the comments in there is the people that had a background in other racket sports or other landscaping tools or tools in general, they knew how to take a leveraged grip, okay? So when I'm holding something like this and I'm gonna kind of hit the ground with it, I already would be holding this very differently rather than me trying to hit the ground and do it this way. That's why they call that a weak position. You notice the position of my lead arm, right? The position of my lead wrist, and just the position of where I'm holding it in the palm of my hand, okay? So compared to bringing it over like this. Part of this though, and they discuss it in there, it's a little uncomfortable with how the lead arm feels. This is so much more comfortable. Like I said, it's a lot like just holding that remote control out in front of you. Okay, so last example here would be just holding your luggage. This would be a correct way to do it. So if I'm here picking up a briefcase or my luggage, I'm going to hold it like this, right? So you notice the position of the luggage in relation to my hand and arm. So I've got some strength here if this was loaded full of items, right? So let's take a look at ways that we can kind of get that hand on the club correctly and make the smallest, most insignificant change that can actually have the biggest effect on your game. So this was definitely one of the biggest consensuses of that whole entire group post, is never, ever take the grip with the club directly in front of you. Like probably 85 to 90% of the golfers do. They hold the club in front of them, they put their hand on the club, they put their other hand on the club, and they go ahead and make their golf swing. Because that's not going to get your hand set in the right position. So the other thing to follow would be is don't always follow the markings. My club is not bad. Notice some of these other grips. It's not good to put your thumb straight down the markings of the grip. It's almost there to confuse you. I think grip manufacturers like Golf Pride have done a better job of not confusing golfers. But for years, they would put these markings straight down the middle thinking, oh, my thumb will go straight down that shaft, okay? And realize this too, this is not just a stronger grip video where I'm telling you to turn your hands over to the side so you see more knuckles. That's not what we're talking about here, okay? I see plenty of people who turn their hands over to the side, but the hand is still not in the correct position on the golf club. So I'm going to show you what some of the best players in the world do. Take a look here at Adam Scott, okay? So you notice he takes his grip over here to the side before he hits every ball. Arguably one of the best ball strikers in golf, amazing golf swing, and he does this before he hits every golf shot. He takes it over here. So you notice my grip is not that strong. You don't see all these knuckles. It's just a matter of getting my hand into a leverage position. Or you'll see many great players, they always take their grip at a 45-degree angle, okay? So you notice the angle between my lead arm and the shaft is very different than if I put it down here and I put my hand and grip on. Now, once again, I'm in that weak position, okay? We know that power in the golf swing comes when we can create angles on the downswing and then release those angles into the golf ball. When you hold it like this, you're going to see right away you're not going to have a great ability to create this angle because of the position of my wrist and arm, both to start and then as I go to take the club back, it's going to stay in that weak position.
Hey, it's your coach Zach Allen here, and when it comes to the golf swing, I've seen and tried it all. But nothing is proven as effective as the concept I'm about to share with you now. It is the single most powerful piece of golfing advice I've ever come across. In fact, I would go so far as to call it a magic move. Since I don't have the time in this short video, I've put together a 3-part web class where I teach you exactly how to put it to use in your game. Nothing held back. I call it my Magic Move Training Series, and you can get the entire thing free of charge by clicking the link in the description below. You won't find these videos anywhere else, so go ahead, click the link right now, and I'll send you the first session right away. Okay, let's go ahead and get back to that lesson.
So the simplest, easiest thing you could do, if you think you might be one of those people, and there's a good chance, if you're hitting shots that are a little too high, leak off to the right, definitely any slicers, this is going to be an issue. That club face is naturally open. Or people that just feel like they lack power in general and they're fairly strong and decently athletic and they're not hitting the ball as far as they should. So all you've got to do is just hold the club out in front of you and then put your lead hand on it right here. Okay, so right away you're going to feel some different stretches in the back of your lead wrist and the back of your lead hand. So the club is just sitting parallel to the ground, standing right in front of me. You can kind of see it from this view. I'm going to put my lead hand on now. Once again from this view, place it on right in front of me. So you see I'm creating this 90-degree angle between my lead arm and the shaft. And then I'm going to place the grip down in front of me and put my trail hand on. From there, I am ready to go. And I'm telling you, you're going to get some different sensations. Okay, you notice the club face, it's not like I'm doing this big strong grip, which that really closes the club face. That does not work, that does not last. It's different than what we're talking about. So here, boom, and then let's hit a shot, okay? So I'll hit one shot here, just smooth with my 8-iron. So I hit that pretty decent, 155 yards or so. If I did one, and I just did what I see so much when I get to the golf course, put it on in front of me, put my trail hand on. So I swung that pretty fast too. That one went 131 yards compared to 155, and that smash factor dropped down a lot just because of this starting position not being exactly right. So go out there and give it a try. Don't tell your friends what you're doing. They might notice a little different pre-shot routine. You might have to sneak it in there so they don't see it. But I'm telling you, it's definitely a little secret move that will help give you a lot more lag and a lot more power, and it'll help you square that club face up from the very get-go. It really is, like we saw in this group, it's such a confounding, that's why there were so many comments, there was 84 total. such a confounding problem to so many golf instructors. But it's great because they know when they fix it, it doesn't take long, and they become that golfer's hero because like they've been struggling for so long trying to fix this part, that part, and really it was just the grip causing it from the very get-go. Put that in your routine, see if that doesn't help you hit the ball better. If you want another video, maybe you've got some other issues going on with the slice or an open club face, check this one out right here. It should definitely help you isolate some other positions that will help eradicate any of that left to right spin that we don't want. Okay? Have a great day. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and I will see you next video.